Korean pork barbecue with sauteed vegetables. Let's go. All right, first we got some pork chops. I just cut up into strips. My pork chops are frozen, so it made it a little bit easier. I would recommend doing it this way, but it's not necessary. All right, now to make our marinade, we're going to go in with some soy sauce. Next, we're going to go in with some sesame oil. I'd be careful with this stuff. It's a bit strong, so you can overdo it. Next, we're going to go with some sesame seeds, a hefty amount. Next, we're going to go in with some white pepper. Then we're going to add some garlic. You can go with minced straight from the can if you really want. Next, brown sugar. Then we're going to go with some ginger. And we're going to finish this bad boy off with some green onions. You can use shallots if you have them. I didn't have shallots, so I just went with the next best thing, green onions. Then we're going to give this thing a mix. Make sure you mix this well because that brown sugar is not going to want to dissolve unless you mix it a hefty amount. Once we're done, marinade goes in with our pork. We're going to massage this in just a little bit, just enough to get that marinade all around that pork. Then I'm just going to throw this thing in the fridge and move on to our next step. All right, so we're going to go with some broccoli. Just going to cut it up, make it a little bit more manageable, and set this aside in a bowl. I have a trick for it later. Once the broccoli's set aside, we're going to go in with some onion. I'm just going to cut this into strips. I think strips are really good for sauteing vegetables. So, all right, next we have some bell peppers. Also going to cut into strips to match our onion. All right, this is my trick I was talking about. If you want an easy way to cook broccoli and make sure it's done, you put a little bit of water in it and then throw it in the microwave for a couple minutes. Rice, nothing special. Let the rice cooker handle that. Look at them go. All right, once the rice is done, you're going to hit it with a little bit of vinegar and just fluff it up a bit. Make sure that vinegar is incorporated. It's going to give it a little bit more flavor, but not much. All right, vegetables going in the pan with some oil. We're going to hit that with some salt to sweat those down a little bit. And you can see they're sweating down nicely. This is almost about what I want them. There we go. Add the broccoli in. Go in with some garlic powder and some white pepper. You can also add a little bit more salt here if you want. Then we're going to go with our pork in the pan. I dumped out a little bit of my marinade, but I left most of it in there. And we're just going to stir this thing around till she's done. Plate up, and there you have it. Korean pork barbecue with sauteed vegetables.